Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. Today we have a replay. And I know I said replay days were normally going to be on Thursday, but with all the craziness going on this week with the Zeppelin and the Dreadnought and this and that, it's gotten pushed back to Saturday. But here we are in the Tier 9 British cruiser. We have Battleflower once again. Yes, the fellow from last week. Now, I try to not feature the same person 2 weeks in a row, but this match that Battleflower sent me, well, you'll see. You will see. So we're here on the map Shatter on Domination, and if you notice, there's quite a few destroyers in each team, 4 DDs, and only 2 cruisers for each team. The rest are battleships and carriers, and they are Tier 8 carriers in this game. You have the Kaga on Battleflower's team, and on the enemy team we have the Graf Zeppelin. Now, the Graf Zeppelin, we'll talk more about him later, but remember, the Graf Zeppelin has a very, very nice secondaries. They're quite good. If you've watched my Graf Zeppelin videos, you've seen them in action in both of those videos. I actually had a match in Graf Zeppelin the other day. Had over 300 secondary hits in the Graf Zeppelin. Yeah, that happened. Because I do run a secondary build on mine, and with a secondary build on the Graf Zeppelin, you get your secondaries out to about 9 kilometers. It is nuts. So enough from the Graf Zeppelin, let's get going on this game. So, as you can see, it looks like Battleflower's team is kind of heavily going to A. He's pinging the map over at C, asking the 2 battleships over there to stay with the other cruiser and the 2 DDs that are going to C. Now, A usually gets taken quite fast, because it's open, destroyers are hesitant to go in there. C usually takes a while because there's an island in the middle of it. And what usually happens is a destroyer or a cruiser from either side just sits in their side of the cap on the other side of that island, and they just sit there and they wait for the other one to make the first move. Now, you of course need battleships to be on either side. That way no cruiser decides to banzai charge around and just smite the destroyers. But if no battleship stays at sea, and it's going to fall pretty quick. Thankfully, it looks like one is deciding to stay at sea. Now, you just saw Battleflower got up there a little bit to get his torps off, and he was suddenly very popular, having 5 ships target him. Now, since there are 5 ships that targeted him over here at A, and if you look right now, B is being capped, that means over half the team is on the western side of the map, and at best, there's only 5 or 4 ships over at C. So both teams went heavy A, long story short. And, oh, look, that Alsace, well, it was quite nice and broadside on the Battleflower, but he has now gone undetected. Battleflower is pretty far up for a Neptune for this early in the game. You'll see most British cruisers will stay at longer ranges until it's absolutely necessary that they push up because, well, they're just so dang squishy. British cruiser armor is extremely thin, and it's not hard to citadel these puppies at all. Now, the benefit that they do get is that they have a very, very nice heal. It's a super heal. It can repel well over 60, the ship to well over half health if need be, and it repels much more citadel damage than normal. That being said, they're still extremely squishy. So Battleflower is tearing into that Alsace. He had a very nice opening salvo, got 9k damage off of that Alsace. French battleship armor is quite thin, but they are of course very fast, and the Alsace has extremely nice secondaries to compensate for that. And thankfully for the Alsace, not so thankfully for the Battleflower, that Alsace does get behind island cover. And ooh, we got the Alsace, Gneisenau, and Alaska all over here. Some pretty mean ships over here. Oh, and the other Gneisenau too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships have been spotted at A so far. It looks like only 3 have been spotted at C. Oh, and there's another destroyer that just popped up. The Fletcher. It's Liberty Prime himself, old communist killer right there. And again, Neptune, very fast firing guns, and they're very, very good at taking out destroyers, even though they do only shoot AP, just like the rest of the British cruiser line. Rapid firing shells, you throw enough AP at a destroyer, it ain't gonna like it. Oh, look, Minx has been spotted too. Battleflower goes ahead and dumps some torps into the smokescreen of that Fletcher. I mean, smoke screens are usually torpedo magnets anyway, so if that Fletcher's sitting in there, he's going to get a nasty surprise here in a minute. This Minx is staying broadside onto Battleflower, but now he's undetected. That Alsace, the Battleflower drained a lot of health of in the first minute of the game, is backing up now. Presumably because of all the destroyers around him. And oh, his tail's sticking out. Battleflower takes the risk, gets detected. His AA is popping off. Nothing about the Neptune. Very, very nice AA. Neptune and Minotaur, both even after the rework, they are still complete. No fly zones. Even though it did sound like it took Battleflower's Neptune a minute there to shoot down that plane. Look, Ganiza now. Now this Ganiza now looks like he's trying to run to Battleflower's torps. He hasn't even turned yet. There he goes. Now he's turning. There you go. Ganiza giving us battleship players a bad look. Ooh, 13,000 damage with that torpedo and flooding. Now flooding has been nerfed. It does only last for 30 seconds now, and is no longer a death sentence from, you know, you slip up, you eat one torpedo, you're flooding, you just have to put out a fire. Now you're pretty much dead if you're under, let's say, 60% of your health. You're dead. It's a bit ridiculous. I'm glad they changed it. This Minx is being quite aggressive and pushing Battleflower. It's not very good for his health. Battleflower tags him there, gets a defense ribbon. Oh, he's opening up some more. And yeah, Soviet destroyers are not known for being all that sturdy unless it's the Khabarovsk. Man, he's just absolutely eating AP. Unfortunately, the front salvo has been blocked by the mountain. And ooh, is that about 11? Ooh, there he is again. Come on, Battleflower, get him. Ooh, one overpin. And he escapes. But look, it's our friend Liberty Prime again. Communist killer. Sending broadside onto Battleflower. And I did not know the Minotaur and Neptune's... Well, the Minotaur's torpedoes might be faster. But I did not know the Neptune's torpedoes were this slow. Very, very interesting for me to see that. So that's a big old smokescreen right there from the Minsk and the Fletcher. Battleflower pops Hydra to see if there's any metal fish coming in his direction. And it looks like the friendly Akatsuki and Jutland are moving into the cap. Now the cap is contested, so that Fletcher is probably still... Yep, there he is. Come on, get him, Battleflower. 14,000 health left, and... Ooh. I'll ricochet on that. I thought for sure that was going to drill him. Probably knock out his engine and motor. More planes coming in. And... Battleflower knocks out something on the Fletcher. I didn't notice this when I was watching this replay for the first time, but the friendly carrier is literally right behind Battleflower. If you look on his minimap there, that's an interesting place for a carrier to be. Normally most carriers are out on the edges of the map, hiding behind an island or something, or if you're in the Graf Zeppelin, you might be moving with the team, because that is a tough carrier. Now, as far as the game's gone so far, Battleflower's team is down 3 ships, enemy team is only down 2 ships, and the enemy team has 2 out of the 3 caps. Not looking so hot for Battleflower's team so far. And that Fletcher is still alive. I understand with well over half of Battleflower's team all being in plain view of him why he isn't dead yet. But, I mean, hey. Teams sometimes are a little lackluster. Battleflower dropped some primitive torps at that, well, that whole fleet about to come around the corner of that island. And now it's like he's turning his attention to that rather than trying... Oh, that destroyer did get spotted again, but Battleflower is not turning around. He has more pressing matters coming at him from behind. I mean, from, well, now his front, what used to be behind him. And yes, that Fletcher did get spotted again. So Battleflower is now detecting a target by 2 ships, probably that Charles Martel, and maybe a destroyer. Needs to say if anything does come around that corner of that island, it's in for a nasty surprise. Hello, Charles Martel. I remember grinding through you. Oh, looks like enemy Ganiza now sunk in their Akatsuki. Oh, look, the Jutlands. Time for some British on British action right here. Up Anastasio. Now, of course, Battleflower does focus on the Jutland. Got some nice pins on him there. Asashio poses absolutely no danger to a Neptune. Its torpedoes are extreme deep water torpedoes and can only damage battleships, cannot damage anything else. And plus, the guns on it are complete trash. So it literally poses no threat to Battleflower. There's Battleflower's first kill, that Neptune. Does take a pot shot at the Asashio. Here comes the Charles Martel. So the Kaga's taking interest in the Asashio, interestingly. No, Kaga's going after the Charles. Ooh, Charles opening up a little bit more to catch some more AP from Battleflower. Ooh, that looks really nice. It's about 3,000 damage off of that. Some torpedoes. I'm assuming we're from the Jutland. Just slowly going on by. So Battleflower again dropping some primitive torpedoes at that island in case that Charles decides to poke his head out. And looks like he's going to hide behind this island. There's a nice down there. I wouldn't recommend going in there just yet. Looks like the friendly Jutland is trying to torpedo that to get nice. Now, ooh, but the Musashi says no. Although that Jutland did manage to get his torpedoes off. Look at Alabama. And let's see, will those torpedoes hit that Gneisenau now? After Battleflower makes this turn. Nope, completely missed. Asashio is being detected by the Kaga. But the Kaga is getting his rocket planes on that Asashio. Battleflower's A is going off at the Graf Zeppelin's torpedo bombs, which are coming in from his port side. Pop smoke screen, gets in a nice position. Yep, Graf Zeppelin planes, and there they go. Ooh, there's an Alabama coming around that corner. Looks like he just missed the torpedoes though. Battleflower throws more torpedoes in the direction of that Alabama. Ooh, looks like someone took a pot shot at him. I'm assuming that was... Not sure if that was the Musashi or the Gneisenau, because I feel like if that was the Musashi, Battleflower wouldn't be here anymore. So the Alabama and the Charles are coming on the corner, and ooh, they just went undetected. Battleflower does pop its hydroacoustic search, but it only has a 5-kilometer range, so it cannot spot the Alabama and the Charles. Assuming he was depending upon the Kaga for that spotting. He was checking which torpedo tubes had loaded. It was his port ones. He's backing up. Up, there's Alabama again. Looks like they're both going to miss his torpedoes. I'm assuming if the Alabama dodged them, the Charles certainly would. Sashio spotted again. Looks like he's going after the carrier. Battleflower's continuing to back up. Interesting thing there, the Musashi just sank the Gneisenau with his secondaries. What a plot twist. Battleflower's just about to poke out of the smoke, but decides to go back into it. So he's trying to keep the element of surprise. He does have his hydro up, so he can detect that Alabama now leaves him within 5 kilometers of his ship. And oh, hello, Charles Martel, who also has his hydro up. Battleflower now being targeted by 3 ships. Did that Alabama have HE loaded? That would have been a very different fight if that was AP that had been shot at Battleflower. I'm assuming that was HE because it looked like HE. And oh, maybe I'm going crazy. And he hasn't fired again yet. Battleflower giving him the full torpedo treatment. Look at all those torpedoes. Oh, bang, bang, bang. Goodbye, Alabama. That's a Confederate and a Dev Strike for Battleflower. 2 heroic achievements back to back. And is that a naked Alabama? No, that's a reversed. Yeah, he's got the reversed camouflage thing on there to where the top of the deck is blue and the hull is silver. Well, it's not even blue, it's more like purple. So yeah, Alabama has been sunk. That is a Battleflower's 2nd kill. And this Charles Martel, watch what he does here. I don't know if you forgot that Battleflower was there because he's detected by the Charles's hydro. He just sails broadside out onto Battleflower. Granted, I know Neptune is a light cruiser, but getting your broadside to any ship is going on hard. And up, that was a Citadel Dale. Only 4,000 damage on a Citadel hit. And, ooh, dodges some more torpedoes. Lovely job there, Battleflower. Starts a fire with his secondaries. And then gets the kill. That's his 3rd kill. So situation report, Battleflower's team is just under 300 points below the enemy team. They are down, about equal in ships now. Battleflower's team has, did they both have 5 ships? They both have 5 ships left. Yeah. Oh, enemy team has 4 ships, Battleflower team has 5 ships. Hello, Gneisenau from 5 kilometers away. Granted, it is a Gneisenau, so it's not likely to hit you from this distance. Hey, look at that. It only hit him with 1 shell. Even from 5 kilometers away. Gneisenau is not all that reliable. So Gneisenau probably has launched... Yep, he has. That's the biggest mistake Gneisenau players will make. They will launch torpedoes way too early rather than waiting for the best opportune moment, which would have been just now. So Battleflower, again, getting his torpedoes ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give him all of them. There we go again. That is his 4th kill and high caliber. Battleflower is carrying this team. His back is going to be hurting after this. Those are Graf Zeppelin rocket planes, and pfft, no surprise there. There's the Graf Zeppelin. Now, remember what I said about the Graf Zeppelin? How it has really strong secondaries? Most of the secondaries on the Graf Zeppelin are 150mm guns, which can pin 32mm of armor. And on top of that, it's also German HE, so it gets the better pin ratio on top of that. So the thing about the Graf Zeppelin, though, its secondary's max range you can get them out to is 9 kilometers. That's with a secondary build and with a secondary flag. That's what my Graf Zeppelin has. And Battleflower is about to make the mistake and get within secondary range of this Graf Zeppelin. So 10 kilometers, 9.8, 9.7. Graf Zeppelin sending dive bombers out after him now. 9.3, 9.2, 9.1, 9, 8.9. You might be noticing something. There's a lack of secondary fire coming from that Graf Zeppelin. That's because that Graf Zeppelin doesn't have a secondary build. He's trying to bomb Battleflower into Neptune right now, but that's not working. So this Graf Zeppelin does not have a secondary build, which if he did, that Graf Zeppelin would have shredded this Neptune. It simply would have. I've melted cruisers in the Graf Zeppelin before with a secondary build. Unfortunately, or fortunately in Battleflower's case, this Graf Zeppelin does not have a secondary build. It's one of the ship's strengths. I don't see why people don't build to it, except for a lot of people think that having secondary builds in CVs are silly, but to each their own. And there goes that Graf Zeppelin. That is Kraken unleashed for Battleflower. So situation report. Enemy team only has 2 ships left, and there's 3 battleships against this one Musashi. You got a Colorado, a Bismarck, and an Iowa. All they gotta do, sink that Musashi, and don't get sunk. That's all you gotta do. You got 3 of them against that one Musashi. It looks like the Iowa is the one that the Musashi is focusing on the most right now. It looks like he's about 10 kilometers away from the Musashi. Now, Colorado, big 16-inch guns, shouldn't have any problem fighting Musashi, as long as the Musashi doesn't pay too much attention to him. Musashi's already down to 8,000 health. Some more torpedoes are coming in from the Graf Zeppelin. Battleflower may take one here. Yep. And barely dodges that second torpedo. Air torpedoes damage has been nerfed extremely, so you can afford to eat a few of them. Hey look, the Graf Zeppelin's back again. Ooh, can he make this? Oh yeah, he's got that. No problemo. You see those dots over there? That is the Asashio's torpedoes. Bismarck just killed the Musashi. So now, Battleflower's team is catching up on points. All they gotta do is just cap B, cap C, or sink the Asashio. There's 3 battleships over there. They shouldn't have a problem sinking a single destroyer. It is an Asashio, and it is quite stealthy, but you got a Bismarck, then you got an Iowa with a very accurate guns, you got a Colorado, which can act like a torpedo sponge. Colorado 16-inch guns, but the turrets are extremely slow. The ship is slow, doesn't have great secondaries. It's a good torpedo sponge. It maybe could get a salvo offer too. But anyway, Battleflower is leaving his 3 battleships to deal with that single Asashio. He's going to go cap C to stop the enemy's points gain. All he's got to do is cap that C point, and all the 3 battleships have to do is survive. It shouldn't be that hard. Bismarck has Hydro, and you got 3 battleships there to spot torpedoes. They should be able to win this. Very easy to win. All you got to do is not die. So Battleflower has dodged his last set of torpedoes for this match, and he's heading on over to C to cap that. They are now under 100 points away from winning, and once he caps C, or once he steps foot in C, the enemy team's going to stop capping points, and then it's just a matter of time before Battleflower's team gets this back. This will be a great come from behind victory for his team, except there's 10 seconds left on the clock. The clock. The biggest troll in World of Warships. Battleflower carried his team extremely hard this match. His back is more than likely killing him. And the clock gets him in the end. That broke my heart. I am sorry, Battleflower. You did not deserve that. You deserve the victory. 238,000 damage done. 5 ships sunk. A plethora of medals. You got Confederate, Devastating Strike, Dreadnought, Kraken, and High Caliber. 20,000 XP. 7,000 free XP. That hurt my heart watching him lose that. And 2,300 base XP. Oh my god, Battleflower. I am so sorry. That was such a good game, and you definitely deserved a victory there, or at least a cookie or something. But such is the nature of World of Warships, and this time he almost earned 1 million credits on a Techline ship. That's crazy. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and as of me recording this, we are only 14 subscribers away from hitting that 2,000 subscriber milestone. Also, make sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. We are there is where we announced all of my streams, videos, behind the scenes stuff. If you have a question you want to ask me, there's the perfect place to do it. And again, guys, hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I'll catch you guys in the next one.